Michael here with another Michael's Guitar Reviews, and today we're going to look at two Stratocasters. One of them is a Fender Stratocaster made in Mexico, and the other one is a Stratocaster under the Squier brand, which is licensed by Fender, and this one is made in Japan. This one is from the mid-1990s. They're both quite different guitars, but each has qualities that I feel that are worth sharing. So let's start first of all with the Made in Mexico Stratocaster. These, as you're probably already aware, were made by Fender, but were made or assembled in Mexico using the machinery and the tools and the expertise that came from the original USA factories. They were taken over the border, and the staff in Mexico used the machinery and the equipment to manufacture similar guitars to those from the USA. A lot of people feel that there's a difference between the two. I think that's very much a matter for personal choice. What I would like to say though is a little about this particular guitar, and we'll look and compare it to the one from Japan, and I'd be very interested to hear what you have to say and what you feel the differences perhaps are that are worthy of note. First thing to say about it is the headstock is very standard. This one has two string trees that take care of the four of the thinnest strings, keeping them both in line, minimising buzzing, but also creating a downward pull on the string as it comes across the nut, creating a break angle. And that break angle is very important to keep the string stabilised and prevent it waggling about and causing buzzing. It has the Fender logo, and on the back the tuners are all enclosed. The neck, as you'll be able to see, has a stripe down the back. This is within which is the truss rod. It adds a bit to the overall aesthetics of the neck, but doesn't, I don't think, change anything in terms of the playability or the sound. The neck, as you can see, is what appears to be maple or something very similar to maple, and the fingerboard, given the age of this particular guitar, is almost certainly rosewood. The fingerboard itself is very well finished. The frets are nicely and comfortably edged, so there are no sharp edges. The nut's well cut accurately, no sharp edges on that, and the overall feel of the neck is very comfortable. It's a C profile neck. It's a shallow C profile, making it very easy to handle, and that of course bolts onto the neck in traditional Stratocaster fashion. And we have the access plate at the back here for the tremolo, the strings and so forth, and the earthing wire as well, grounding wire I think you might call it. This one's finished in a rather nice wine colour, which is complemented by the 3-ply pickguard, which is a pearloid type pickguard, and the standard setting for the 5-way selector switch, volume and 2 tone controls. There's the typical jack socket for Stratocasters, and this one has the old style string saddles, which are individually adjusted for height as well as distance backwards and forwards. The bridge, of course, will accept a vibrato or tremolo arm. In this case it's just been removed, but it's very easy to screw a replacement one in. And the bridge itself has been set hard. In other words, it's been set so that there is no movement up and down, and it keeps the action a little bit lower, which is just my personal preference. Again, typical Strat contoured body, really comfortable, absolute genius design, and overall I think a guitar worthy of consideration, very worthy of consideration. It's a reasonably heavy guitar, But apart from that, you do get used to it very quickly. And now let's have a look at the made in Japan, under license to Fender, Squier. First thing to notice about this guitar is much lighter. A different wood for the body, much lighter guitar overall. Starting at the headstock, you'll notice the Squier logo. Now this is from about 1994. I did get this guitar new in 1994 or thereabouts. Has covered machines or tuners and only one string tree, which gives it a slightly different overall appearance to the one that we've just looked at. This one as well, you'll notice, has a maple fingerboard, and the neck of course is maple as well. Same again with the stripe at the back for the truss rod to be kept inside of. The frets on this one and the nut are all finished very well indeed. The nut is cut accurately. The fret ends are all nice and smooth. The neck itself feels really, really good. It's very slightly glossy, but it's more of a sort of a satin gloss, if there is such a thing. Again, as with the other one, bolted onto the body at the top here with the four bolt plate. Access point at the back. This is not the standard scratch plate and rear plate. They were just a single ply white. So they've been replaced with this slightly darker pearloid finish. Again, the pickups are similar to the other guitar in terms of the setup of them. It's got a 5-way selector switch, volume control and 2-tone controls, same jack input. And they're very similar string saddles, which again are adjustable individually for height and for intonation. Again with this one, the tremolo or vibrato arm's been removed, and the tail has actually been set hard, which means that for me, I prefer the action to be a little lower, and the action indeed is low, and it's very, very comfortable indeed. Neck profile, similar to the one that we've just seen. It's a C profile. It's not too deep, it's reasonably shallow, but it's very comfortable. And overall, in my view, a very nice looking guitar. The big difference with this is the weight and potentially the hardware as well. It's very slightly different. So those are the aesthetics and the overall appearance of each of the two guitars. What do they sound like? Let's have a look and see. Mexican Stratocaster pickup selector set towards the top, or towards the neck end. A little bit of volume there, and the tone controls both on the treble side. Here we go. Moving the selector for the pickups down to the neck position, the next position, I'm leaving the tone controls as they are. Now moving the selector switch down to the middle position. And now moving the selector switch down to the fourth of the 5 positions. way down to the position that cuts out any tonal change options. That's the Mexican one. Let's try the Japanese and see if there's a difference. Okay, pickup selector is now in the position nearest to the neck. Both tone controls are round to the treble side. Pickup selector down one position. Pickup selector to the middle position. And now the pickup selector to the fourth position. And now all the way down to the fifth position, which is the bridge pickup and no change options for tone. Okay, let's try with some different tonal options now. We'll move the pickup selector to the fourth position, the one next to the bridge pickup, and move the tone round to from the treble side round to the bass side. But I'll start with the treble so that you can remember what it sounds like, and then change it to the bassier side. Nice warm sound. And now moving up to the third position. Again, treble first and then bassy side. Now the second position. And the first position. There is a big difference there. Let's move back to the Mexican one and try the same thing again and see what the sounds change between the treble and the bassier side sound like. on the selected bridge pickup with no change options for tone. Moving up one position, we're starting with the treble sound and we'll move around to the bass sound. Here's the treble. And now to the middle position with the settings on the treble side, and we'll move to the bassier side. And now to the second position. First of all, we'll have the tone selectors to the treble side and then move round to the bassy side. And now the first position for the 5-way selector switch. Starting with the treble side and then we'll move to the bassier side. So there we have both guitars. What's the overall verdict? Well, the immediate thing is the weight of the instrument. This one is much heavier than the Japanese one. I think I have to say the other noticeable difference is the quality of the things like the 5-way selector switch. This one has a more quality feel. It's smoother and it just feels like a better switch. The other one works fine, but it just doesn't have that, whatever it is, that intangible giveaway that makes the quality feel that much better. I think overall sounds, they are different guitars, they do sound different. This one does seem to feel a little more, again, the word quality comes into it. I feel this one, although the Japanese attention to detail is excellent, the quality is very good and the guitar itself is lovely to play. I just feel that this one somehow seems to have a little bit of an edge in terms of the overall quality. As far as the resale of these guitars is concerned, there is a bit of a cult following amongst some of the earlier Japanese Stratocasters, for good reason. They're really nice guitars. Again, is it a case of the emperor's new clothes, and because somebody thinks it's better, then that automatically means everybody should also feel it's better? I don't know. I think again with all of these things, it's about you have to get out there, you have to play the instrument and you have to make a decision for yourself. But if I was to make a choice, a hard choice between the two, I think this one would win, the Mexican one would win as far as overall quality is concerned, perhaps even build quality. And I have to say, I do like the sounds that this one will produce as well. So it's a tough call, guys, tough call, and girls of course. I love this one because it was a gift in the mid-1990s and I'll always have it. This one I bought some years later, but I really like it. And I've played a lot of Stratocasters, USA ones, Mexican ones, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Indonesian. Some of them are just really good, you know, they really are. And I just think if you've got all that money to spend on a USA one, before you take your wallet out, just try some of these other ones because they are actually very good. Michael again from Michael's Guitar Reviews. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel, and some likes would help as well. Your comments are very much appreciated, and if you've any comments about what you think about the overall sound differences or the qualities or your own experiences of these guitars, I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy those guitars, and I hope to see you again on some more Michael's Guitar Reviews. Bye for now. Bye.